Okay, so I've placed this picture of a lamp, a light. You can see it's over here in its own layer. You can also see that there's a little funny icon here. That indicates it's a smart object, which can come in handy because it kind of remembers that it's on one photograph. But in this case, because I'm going to want to be erasing some of the pixels, notice if I try to use the eraser, it doesn't want to use the eraser. So before I can start cutting off some of that image, I have to right click over here and say rasterize layer. That essentially turns the whole layer into just a collection of pixels, almost like it forgets it was its own photograph to begin with. Um, Now, if I want to, I can erase um, or start selecting pixels. What I want to do is I want to isolate the lamp on its own, so I'm going to show you a different selection tool called the magic wand. The magic wand is located right underneath the quick selection tool. And what it does, it selects groups of pixels that are about the same color. So right there, it selected that funny group of pixels, and it didn't select more because my tolerance is currently set at 32, which is kind of low. If I were to turn this tolerance up to say 50 and click again, it's going to select more pixels. Um, but sometimes you get into a phase where the tolerance will start picking up some of the pixels you don't want it to pick up. So in a way, you might want to err on the side of having it too low. I'm going to set it to 40 and start trying this again. Now, obviously, it didn't pick up all the pixels I want to get rid of, but what I can do is I can hit the Shift button and I can continue to click groups of pixels, and eventually what I hope to do is select all the pixels that I don't want. So I have the Shift button held down and I'm just clicking on the picture in the areas that I don't want. Now, you may have noticed that it's also picked up stuff I do want. So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to hit Alt and select those pixels that I didn't mean to select to deselect them. And then I'm going to turn the tolerance down even further. I'm going to try 25. And then I'm going to try reselecting these areas again, holding the Shift key. It's still getting this piece because it's very close to the background color. So what I'm actually going to do is switch tools. I'm going to switch to the lasso tool. I'm going to click Shift. Actually, I want to hit Alt because I want to select this little piece and trace the edge of the lamp. So now I've deselected that. It's still a little fat and inaccurate. I'm going to fix that with the eraser later. Now I'm going to go back to the magic wand tool, hit Shift, try to get that one last piece. So you can see that I've pretty well selected this, the area behind the lamp that I want to delete. Let me just get these last few pixels. Okay, I'm now gonna shift the image so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, this part got deselected again, so I'm gonna take the magic wand again. I'm gonna do Alt. I'm gonna select that part so it's not selected anymore. Okay, and I also have to do a little piece up there. Alt. I'm gonna circle that part because I want to keep that part. Now my selection is everything I don't want, so I'm going to hit the delete key, and you can see, especially if I hide the background, that I got almost everything I wanted to. I now want to deselect what I have, and I'm going to take the eraser tool and erase the little bits I can see. But for the most part, I've pretty well gotten rid of that whole background to the lamp. It's still in its own layer, so I can still move it around. Let me zoom back in so I can see the full image. So there is my lamp. Um, I can do whatever I want with it. And it was just a different way to show you how to select. The selection tool works really good if you have completely different shades, but it can be very useful.